my question is this. Have you ever been zumped? And by zumped, I meant you were on a Zoom meeting and got dumped. Ergo, zumped.
So you're coining a new phrase here.
No. It's been around at least for a couple of months, and the new normal, as we try to broadcast some entertainment to your goddamn lives on another TV Tam podcast, Zumped edition. I'm Tommy Milagro.
I'm Bill Frost, and this is episode 03 what?
Episode 0324.
Oh.
324 episodes. You've decided to bother to listen because you got nothing better to do.
Yeah, okay.
Let's be honest.
All right.
Yeah.
So
we're
so you got zumped from the cricket kiosk.
Yep, I got zumped from the cricket kiosk. Didn't even see it coming. And so yeah, my little bunker just went into from a lavish 2 cardboard establishment to 1 cardboard.
Are you subletting the other cardboard box?
No, the cardboard pretty much got burned to the ground.
Oh.
Or got soaked. Either way, the point is, it ain't there anymore.
So sorry.
Yeah, it is the dumpster fire that is 2020. But it's part of our suicide run to 2021. Cheers, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, and
what are we drinking?
Of course, well, I don't know. Well, I know for you, it's going to be our fine sponsor, Bohemian Brewery.
Oh, yeah.
We're drinking. I myself am drinking the 1842 Pilsner Czech style.
Hey,
what are you drinking?
Same thing.
Ah, look at that! Us being in synchronous harmony.
Yeah,
or something.
That's a word. Sure.
And it tastes like words. Anyway.
Yes. Oh. And do we have any other business to take care of before we jump in?
Let's see. I checked our listener boards. Nobody felt like fucking talking to us.
Okay.
And let's see.
I think they were all in. I think they were all in Tulsa.
Oh, are you trying to allude that our fine listenership of smart human beings are just a bunch of people that went trolling in Tulsa?
To protest because they kept thousands upon thousands of people out of that arena, thanks to their efforts.
Just to clarify, are you trying to say our listeners are TikTokers? Is that what it is?
Maybe we have an army of TikTokers out there. I don't want to give anything away, trade secrets and all.
I understand. I'm all for trade secrets here. But TikTokers, if you actually listen to this podcast, please shoot us a line because neither one of us TikTok. Maybe La Chai Girl, because let's face it, she's become Marchola Furiosa with each passing fucking day.
That is true.
But I digress.
That is absolutely true, yeah.
But if you're not zumped like this loser here, and that would be me, Tommy, not Bill.
Yeah.
He still has a jorb.
Yeah.
Just shoot us a line in the usual manners, either via Twitter or Facebook or Gmail, all TV Tam podcast. But no, I don't have anything to report from the listener bags. What have you got other than you're trying to be all political?
Hey, we got some new stuff coming at you this week. Some good stuff too. I'm very excited about several of these.
Okay, is it going to take my mind off of things and the hangman?
I believe so. Yeah.
All right.
How about on Tuesday? How about on Tuesday? A new stand-up special from Eric Andre, Legalize Everything.
It's Eric Andre. I don't know if that's going to be it. Okay.
Come
Legalize everything.
Eric Andre. Come on.
Here's my question. Did Rosario Dawson have the good sense to dump his ass?
Yeah, I think she's on to Cory Booker now. Last I heard.
Phrasing?
Nope. How about this coming up on Thursday on the HBO Max? Doom Patrol Season 2. Did you ever see Season 1?
No, but now I got plenty of times I could do both. So.
I would recommend it. Absolutely recommend it. It's Here's my next question though. Is HBO Max available on the Roku? It is not.
Why? Why is that such a goddamn hard thing?
It is not currently available on Roku or Amazon Fire TV because they haven't agreed on something yet. Something about who gets the bigger pile of money.
In other words, they're being dicks.
Yeah, pretty much.
All of you stop being dicks about money. Just
it would
give us
it would solve so much if you just stopped being dicks.
Right.
And also on HBO Max on Thursday, season 3 of Search Party. It used to be on TBS, and now Aaliyah Shawkat, or maybe from Arrested Development. It's a it's a hipster murder mystery.
This is season 3. Did he say
season 3? Yeah. So
how did they stretch this fucker out?
Got me. So basically, HBO Max stole Doom Patrol from DC Universe and stole Search Party from TBS.
Okay, now going back to Search Party for a minute here, what of David Lynch's Twin Peaks is it possible to stretch out a missing person mystery over 3 seasons?
Well, then it kind of morphed into a murder mystery with little maybe on trial here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bigger question is what's his bucket? Justin Bateman's boy involved. What's his name?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No.
Okay.
There was no crossover with Ozark, so don't even think about it.
Okay. Well, I won't now that the Czech style is starting to kick in. Hello.
Good for you. Also, season 2 of Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone on CBS All Access.
What?
Yeah.
So, I tried to watch a couple of episodes of the rebooted Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
It did not grab my attention, and I think part of it is because of the success of Black Mirror, that it's just hard for me to get into their, and let's face it, it's a sanitized version of otherworldly episodes.
Oh yeah, but here are the guests in this episodic anthology: Morena Baccarin, Jenna Elfman, Thomas Lennon, Joel McHale, Tony Hale, Gillian Jacobs, Chris Maloney, Billy Porter, Jimmy Simpson. A lot of big names in here. It might not suck.
Is that your official endorsement?
It might not suck. Yeah.
I want to see that as a commercial blurb.
I think I could get that in there, yeah.
TV critic Bill Frost says...
It might not suck.
Yeah.
Coming up on Sunday, for the first time ever, the BET Awards will be simulcast, not just on BET, but also CBS proper. First time it's ever been on broadcast TV. Ever.
What's this?
It's been going for, I don't know how long the BET Awards have been going on, but it's a long goddamn time.
Yeah, that kind of goes without saying there.
So it'll be hosted by Amada Seals from Insecure. You got guests like John Legend, Megan Thee Stallion, Lil Wayne, Usher, Wayne Brady, of course.
Well, of course.
DaBaby. I know you're a big fan of DaBaby.
Well, I my hip hop creds.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Are on fire, as the kids would say.
Yeah. And also on Sunday, Black Monday continues, part 2 of Don Cheadle, Paul Scheer, chronicling the stock market crash of 1987. Too real, man.
Okay. Too real. It's just too real.
Yeah. And check this out. On Sunday on HBO, I'll Be Gone in the Dark.
Okay.
Do you know what this is?
This is based on. Other than it's a long title.
This is based on the blog and the book by Michelle McNamara, aka Mrs. Patton Oswalt, the former. She's no longer with us, but she investigated the Golden State Killer, and eventually she had a crime blog and released a book about it. And now this is a docu-series all about her tracing the Golden State Killer.
Remind me again, did she have a podcast about this as well for Basic White Bitches?
Maybe. It's entirely possible.
I know it's entirely possible, but...
I think she was mostly just a crime blogger, though.
Oh, okay, then with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, bloggers, I have nothing against. Now, podcasts, on the other hand, oh, fuck you all.
Yeah, it's a cutthroat world there in podcasting.
Well, we should know, because we've cut all the throats. Well, correction. LaChai Girl has cut all the throats.
That is true, yes.
Allegedly. Okay, Ebras, that was alleged. We want to get that straight.
And also want to make a recommendation. I kind of missed out on this one when it first premiered, but it's a fantastic series. You can watch this on HBO. HBO, it's no longer called HBO now. It's called something else. I think it's just called straight up HBO. And also on the Max, Los Espookys.
Los Espookys?
Los Espookys.
Okay.
It is it's a bilingual comedy. I think Fred Armisen is a producer on this thing. He's also in it in a minor role. It's about a group of kids who run basically they stage seances and exorcisms for your party pleasures. They basically stage spooky events, and it's most of it is in Spanish with English subtitles. And whenever someone's talking in English, it has Spanish subtitles.
What in the name of the Bloodhound Gang is this all about?
Yeah, so you got to do some reading, one way or the other.
Yeah, the way
unless you're bilingual.
Well, yeah, well, of course I am bilingual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I am one of la gente, or as they say, the people.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the first season, half-hour episodes. I think there's about 6 episodes of the first season. It's been renewed for a second season. And if you look up Los Espookys, that is ESPOKKYS on something like Instagram, you'll notice that the fan base is fucking rabid. They love this show.
So, did it start like on Instagram and then it blossomed into a TV show?
No. It started as a TV show. It just caught on really quickly with a lot of people, and it's been slowly gaining more notice. The biggest problem a lot of critics had with it in the first place was the whole the bilingual aspect of it. Is like a little hard to follow for them, but it's not really that hard if you actually pay attention.
You mean they actually have to understand the words and while you're watching? Kind
of like my problem with the now I've forgotten the name of the movie.
Not Queen of the South.
No, the movie, the big Oscar winner, the Korean movie.
Oh, Parasite.
Parasite, yeah.
Oh, that reminds me.
I gotta read.
Oh, that reminds me. Since we're segueing into movies for a sec, over on Netflix over the last weekend, did you catch Da 5 Blood?
Not yet, no.
I actually had the opportunity to catch that. That was directed by Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Very. It is definitely not your. It's not your granddad's Apocalypse Now. Let's put it like that.
All right.
But Delroy Lindo had a tour de force as a Vietnam vet suffering from PTSD. And also coming out as a Trump supporter. That's right, a black man as a Trump supporter. Yeah, that's actually a thing.
Okay.
It's basically the plot is around the Vietnam unit coming back to get their former leader, formed by Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther, and also trying to retrieve some gold. And Apocalypse Now hilarity ensued. I will say, though, if Delroy Lindo does not get an Oscar, you are wrong. You are so wrong. The Oscar putting you on notice. TV10 has put you on notice for this. But there are some fantastic performances all around. I would say that is your movie to watch.
Okay.
Not hate watching the 80s movies.
Yeah, my latest one, last week I watched Marked for Death, which came after Hard to Kill, both Steven Seagal tour de forces.
Okay.
And so now I went back and watched Hard to Kill.
Because you hate yourself? Is that the reason?
It's, instead of instead of in Marked for Death, Steven Seagal is battling Jamaican gangs in Chicago, of course.
Right.
And in this one, he's battling Mexican gangs in L.A. in Hard to Kill.
Yeah, I want to say that's awesome, but it's Steven Seagal, so no.
And so in Hard to Kill, he survives a home invasion wherein his wife and supposedly his kid are murdered, and he gets shot to hell. But he slips into a coma, so the police department says, okay, don't tell anybody he's not dead. So he's in a coma for like 7 years. You can tell because he grows like a big fat beard.
Of course.
Yeah. And then he's nursed back to health by Kelly LeBrock.
What?
Kelly LeBrock.
Oh.
Weird Science.
Well, it was the 80s, so, you know.
Yeah, this is technically 1990, but we'll say it's in the 80s. And, and then plenty of bone snapping and thug killing ensues.
Yeah, I'm going to surmise that there is only one great movie that Steven Seagal was in, and it was called Machete. And the reason being...
did you pronounce that right?
Killed... Huh?
Did you pronounce that right?
Machete, yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, come on, of the two of us, which one is brown?
I didn't hear you lean in on the ch.
Come on, I said Machete.
Okay.
So, but again, greatest movie ever because, and I will stand by this, Steven Seagal dies. So, spoiler alert.
Didn't everybody who wasn't Machete die?
Not Machete.
I know.
Because Machete don't die.
Right, yeah.
Machete improvises.
Yeah, so of the two movies, Marked for Death and Hard to Kill, I would recommend Marked for Death because the killing is a little more creative.
Okay. So that's a good reason to
well, actually,
maybe watch if you're bored.
No, I wouldn't recommend watching either one of them, but if you're gonna watch one of them, watch Marked for Death.
Okay.
And we just
is that your hash brown watch harder this week?
That's part of Fuck the 90s. Fuck the 80s, fuck the 90s, fuck the millennium. And we just want to...
Why not fuck the century? Why not fuck the century?
We also want to let everybody know here at the TV10 news desk that D.L. Hughley is just fine. He's fine.
Oh, man. But, well, it's hard to say how long he's going to be just fine because Rona, did you hear that part? Or
yeah. Initially, he collapsed on stage in Nashville at Zany's. Imagine that. He died on stage at Zany's, literally. And he was from exhaustion and dehydration. Then he tested positive for the COVID-19. And but he's been speaking to the fans on Instagram, and he's doing okay at the moment.
Okay. So, but it's good for our listeners to know that when you're out, without a face mask and you want to be around people, which is great because, that's fine. We don't fucking care. But if you're one of those few people that feel like you got something to live for and didn't get zumped by your jorb, maybe, just maybe, put on a mask, wash your hands, maybe use the alcohol rubbings every once in a while so that you're not fucking dead. Is that hard?
Yeah, D.L. Hughley said on Instagram, so in addition to all the other stuff you have to look out for, if your ass pass out in the middle of a show on stage, you probably need to get tested.
How hard is that? How hard is that? I mean, D.L. Hughley, one of America's dads from back in the day.
The Hughleys, yeah. And we also want to let you know that Chris D'Elia, well, not totally fine.
Thank you. I was going to ask if you were going to talk about him for a second.
Accused of harassing some underage girls online, Whitney Cummings is none too thrilled to hear about this. She's actually quite pissed that her former co-star has been accused of this. And since it is Chris D'Elia, it's not too hard to believe because he played a pedophile in an episode of Workaholics that has now been removed from Hulu, Prime Video, and Comedy Central.
No, see, I am of the opinion of keep it on there because evidence. So. That's me. That is my take on the subject. And again, my thought on when I heard about this is like, he pulled a Bill Cosby. Because, and I'm going to spoil this for everybody here, Bill Cosby, before he became America's dad, he, for a while, talked about Spanish Fly in his early comedy performance acts, which, is a quaint way of saying a roofie drug. And, he's kind of laying out his entire plan, which, let's be honest, you don't lay out your plan on a comedy stage. It's just not good for the testimony, I'm just here to say.
Yeah, well, it looks like all this harassment happened strictly online, far as we know. Yeah, but several female comics came out and said, if you guys had done your job, no, what was the wording? That no one ever came after Chris D'Elia for being bad at his job, being funny. And so this is what you're coming out for.
Yeah, really? Is that what we're going to stick with? That's the one? Is that really what we're going to go with here, folks? Come on.
Yeah. And there's some more of this kind of news in the sports world, if you're ready to go here.
Oh, thank you for that perfect segue as you hit the music.
It's sports at Tommy Milagro. Go team.
From the sports desk of TV Tam Podcast, we deliver to you only the sport of professional wrestling. Hash Brown speaking out. But let's get into a couple of quick things here, starting with for CW and of ECW fame and MLW fame has retired from the sport of professional wrestling. There's an emotional video out there, but he basically just said, "I'm not going to do this anymore." But the other story coming out of the sport of pro wrestling was that WWE found out somebody had the COVID in their audience. So any tapings have been suspended for the moment. That is all we have on that subject here. This is the second time that has happened at the WWE proper there, even though they've been trying to promote social distancing. But a lot of people, if you've been watching WWE products, have not been covering their face. So, oopsie daisy, I think is the official term here.
Well, none of the wrestling outfits have been.
And let's be honest, AEW has not been strict about that either here. However, they're in the clear for now. So I'm just saying to AEW, because we at sports like AEW fuck this up. I'm looking at you. I mean all of you. Don't fuck this up for all of us. We need sports more than ever. But the big story of the week, as titled earlier, has been what's been popular on Twitter called Speaking Out. And this is kind of one of those not so secret stories. It's just been mentioned a lot. If you know who to talk to, I'm gonna preface it like this: we at TV Tam Podcast knew somebody in the sport of professional wrestling, and had mentioned on occasion that such shenanigans, shall we say, has happened in that sport behind the scenes. But I guess this is you could call this an outgrowing of the hashtag #MeToo movement. And simply put, wrestling stars that have spoken out about wrestlers who are being abusive on both sides, men and women, has taken hold. How much, do you ask? And I answer, starting with let's just go down to NWA Power. Dave Lagana, Vice President of Operations, has resigned over these allegations. So Dave Lagana, big power figure with Impact Wrestling and with NWA Power. So that means, you've got Billy Corgan to contend with. William Patrick Corgan. So and other people, other organizations that have been affected. Impact Wrestling has said that they're going to launch their own investigation into these matters within their own department. WWE seems to be the one that hits the hardest here. Among them, Jordan Devlin, the former WWE Cruiserweight Champion, was named prominently in a series of tweets in the hashtag Speaking Out movement right there. He is pretty much gone. So is recently Gentleman Jack Gallagher has also been removed over these allegations. The others involved Trent Seven and Trevor Banks and Will Ospreay, all mentioned in these allegations. And interestingly enough, though, the biggest name of them all, Matt Riddle, the original bro, was figured into the hashtag Speaking Out. Now, the former names I just mentioned, Banks, Seven, and Ospreay, they've all offered their mea culpas, that's the fancy Latin term for apologies, via Twitter. However, Trent Seven has pretty much said that, this is someone's trying to defame him and is trying to get legal representation involved, as has Matt Riddle, who has said that the same person who had alleged the such accusations, he's got a lawyer involved, and this isn't the first time he's had this rodeo with them. However, it should be said that hang on, let me take a swig of the genius juice while I say this.
Please do.
Because in these difficult times, trademark, or is it restricted or copyright? It's one of those. Who cares? The important thing is that we at the Cubitan Podcast will say this. We absolutely abhor anything involving any sort of sexual assault whatsoever. We're looking at you, Tyrus. We're looking at you on Fox News, specifically when we say that. I'm pointing at you. You, right there, as you're looking at me with the teddy bear nanny cam. And as for these stories that they're starting to come out in social media, obviously, these stories should be heard. They should be listened to more and more, because obviously this has not happened. This is not news. It's only news because there are so many platforms to hear this. So I am only going to ask our fine sports fanatics here that they really pay attention to the news and they really focus on the what's being said at the moment. As for judgment within social media, that's where we're just going to say, just listen, folks, but know that their time in court will come, and trust that that time in court will happen, however it happens, because that is for a different arena to prosecute anybody that has actually done all these horrible things. But everything else that happens in the squared circle, just know it's sports.
It's sports. It's Tommy Milagro. Go team.
I kind of went Mike Runge on there a bit, didn't I?
Mike who?
Oh, sorry, a sportscaster, Mike Runge. Or maybe I was thinking of Nick Clooney, or George Clooney's dad, Nick Clooney. You know what I think? If you remember that from back in the day.
You're reaching into the Wayback Machine for some of these local news names here.
I know. I here I am trying to be all eloquent and shit. Here I am drinking because I got zumped.
And Jimmy Kimmel's going on vacation.
Oh.
Taking the summer off.
Okay. Is this kind of a continuation of the Chris D'Elia things, or is this...
No, this is... well, no, he's just saying, I need a break. A bunch of guest hosts are going to fill in. Hopefully Brie Larson does it again. She filled in last year.
See, I'm of the opinion that if Whitney Cummings were to guest host...
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
That would be delish.
That would be fantastic, yeah.
I'm just saying, Jimmy Kimmel, We know your people hear from our people, meaning La Chai Girl. Just listen to the negotiating machete and just put her on there and have her spill the tea on Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it would be fantastic.
Yeah, in a statement, Jimmy Kimmel said, I've been doing this job for almost 18 years. I've done 3,130 shows. Nothing wrong. My family's healthy. I'm healthy. I just need a couple of months off. Of course, this comes at the same time the video is resurfaced. I remember seeing this back when it happened on The Man Show. Jimmy Kimmel as Karl Malone, not only in blackface, but in entire black body, pretty much, doing a Karl Malone impersonation. And of course, Jimmy Fallon did a blackface bit as Chris Rock in the year 2000.
That was back in Saturday Night Live days.
Yeah. So just when you think, there can't possibly be any more blackface stuff coming up. Oh, here's more. And it's especially rampant in British television and movies. It's like, is there anybody in British television and movie business that hasn't done blackface?
Well, let's see. What's coming up this week? Let's start there.
Yeah.
But on a serious note,
I don't think they have any. I don't think Seth Meyers has done any blackface.
Well, not yet.
James Corden, he is British, so it's possible.
Actually, I think I did see a story that he did some stuff in blackface,
What?
but you know,
Jesus.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but let's face it, British humor is not the same as American. Excuse me, American humor. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I have to, and here's the thing that kills me is that of the Jimmys, Kimmel has been the most ardent supporter of Trump, and now this timing comes out that he didn't do so well in the back years. It feels like he's getting James Gunn, if you catch that reference. So I'm not excusing what he did, but at the same time I'm going, the timing is just so absolutely impeccable.
And now's the time we're going to tell people, give the people a couple of watch harders.
Oh, okay. Well, I would say Sherman's Showcase, which is available on Hulu. And I finished it up, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Not many episodes.
And Frederick Douglass is a motherfucker.
Yeah,
spoiler alert.
The Black History Month spectacular that aired on Friday night. I don't know when that's going to be available online, or maybe it is now already. I don't know, but definitely check that out. It was fucking great.
I will also say of the watch harders as well that I've been really sinking my teeth into. Well, there's always Last Week Tonight and the Daily Show. The Daily Show distancing case. Show with Trevor Noah. It's definitely worth watching harder. There was one other I want to say is on the top of my list here, and it's going to have to be Doom Patrol Season 1 and Doom Patrol Season 2. Hopefully, if I get it on my Roku, if HBO Max and Roku stop being dicks about it. Stop being dicks! Oh, and Watchmen. Watch that harder because that's available for free, if I heard correctly.
Yeah, for a while.
Oh, so it's for a limited time only.
Yeah, it's HBO. They're not going to let anything go for free for very long.
HBO, stop being dicks!
Yeah, my recommendation, of course, is also Doom Patrol. And also the new Perry Mason series on HBO proper, starring Matthew Reese. So far, so good. Liking it a lot.
So, on a scale of 1 to the Americans, how is he performing?
Well, he's only playing one role as opposed to putting on wigs and playing several different people.
How many wigs is he involved in this time around?
None that I can tell.
Okay. All right. That's good.
But I'm sure he and Tatiana Maslany can hang out on the set and talk about their time in wigs.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall for that.
Oh, yeah. So we want to thank Bohemian Brewery for the beers and also our other fine sponsors as well.
That would be Sugar House Distillery, Outlaw Distillery, Distillery, and of course Ogden's own distillery, purveyors of the Five Wives vodka, the Porter's Fire, the Madame Patarini gin, and of course the Underground. And of course, if you feel the need that you need a little something extra to make those drinks so much more awesome, then stop by our good friend Ivy's shop, Booze Peak, in Central Salt Lake.
And gonna throw in one last one here. Tender Touches on Adult Swim.
Ooh,
it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, but on a scale of 1 to Dirk Gentry's Holistic Detective Agency, how fucking weird.
It just blows that right out of the water. This is an animated series, and yeah, it's very bizarre. Check it out, Tender Touches. And that's going to be it. TV10 Podcast episode 0324. Was that it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
That is correct.
All right, we getting the fuck out.
All right, and, for the love of God, if you are a good friend of this podcast here, do a favor here. Wear a mask and just say, you're fired. Don't zump your employees. That's all we ask for. But in the meantime, if you're out and about and if you're going to be a dick, just, don't wear a mask and, maybe you'll, just check out like D.L. Hughley did. In the meantime, jiggle that handle, because it's time to fly.